1 second, please. 2 seconds. Okay, this is another pitching session from Hellenic Development Bank. This time is a sector agnostic pitching session. So we do have 6 Greek companies that do seek funds from different sectors. We have again to remind you that the session will be recorded. And should you have any question, please raise your hand and we will give you the stage to speak, or please use the chat. We prefer chat though, but still. So the first company is Microsmart. It's a company belonging on the microfinance sector. And Mr. Naklim Stamkos, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, I'm Neoklis, CEO of Microsmart, and I'm going to present you the first decentralized hybrid microfinance institution in Greece. As you might know, the huge majority of Greek SMEs are not access to banking services. They are not allowed to take a loan from the banking sector. And this funding gap is calculated from the European Commission for more than 500 million euros annually. So what do we do to bridge somehow this gap? Our goal is to provide loans, leasing, and guarantees based on the legislation that we have helped to be engaged, up to 25,000 euros to SMEs, with no fees, extra charges, totally digital, with interest rate linked to the credit profile and covering the entire country. Our journey started many, many years ago, but what I want to focus most is that the fact that we took the license from Bank of Greece within 4 months, while other competitors needed more than 2 years, and we have made an agreement with a European Investment Fund to guarantee our future portfolio months before we have started operations. So this means how trust we have from those 2 institutions. And in the future steps, our goal is to launch until the end of the year, early 2025, our artificial intelligence instrument for our activity. So how we do the job? We have engaged with Natech, one of the biggest software companies we have in Greece that are focused on banking solutions. We have developed a platform that is smooth, easy for the clients, friendly, and compliant with all relevant legislation that is here. In terms of demand, even though that we are not doing any publicity activities and we're keeping very low under the radar, one new client is reaching us every day to get a micro loan. And even though that our goal is to launch more social media campaigns and focusing now to our hybrid model, our idea is to create workshops around the Greek cities to disperse the message and what we sell, plus to link with the majority of the Greek incubators that have physical premises in their premises. And also in Europe, microfinance is linked with business development services. So I developed a model that we can provide to our clients up to 4 hours mentoring individual to each one of them, with internal experts doing the job and free of charge. And in terms of social mission, microfinance, we know from the statistics that creates or maintains at least 1 job. This is something that we will focus and measure in the future. Plus, we will get on board the ESG tracker that Hellenic Development Bank has deployed to measure the social measurement of our clients. In regards of competitions, only 3 MFIs exist in Greece. We are the one that has the less limitations up to the level of the loan or to the audience that we refer to, up to the fees or the smoothness of the process. Now, in terms of funding needs, our equity is €500,000, and we have made an agreement with European Investment Fund and the capacity building instrument to raise another €500,000 from them. So we need for 2024 up to €4 million that we'll use them to finance our portfolio that is also covered by EIF. In 2025, we will need an additional €5.5 million that we will lend them with microfinance fund that Hellenic Development Bank will be deployed shortly. And having in mind that we want to develop an independent non-banking institution, after a couple of years, our goal is to list the company to the Greek Stock Exchange and raise around €10 million. So I don't want to mess you with a lot of numbers. What I wanted to point out that we are fast. So far, we can disperse up to 5 days, and with the AI instrument, we will be even faster. In terms of loan and losses, non-performing loan and write-offs, even though that EU level, EU experience is very low, we know that from our pilot operation, even before COVID, non-micro loan was written off or delayed, even that we have many difficulties in the COVID period. So this is our team. This is us. Thank you for your time. And if you have questions, I'm here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stamkos. It is a nice effort that does deserve the investor interest, since in Greece we only have practically 2 companies. They are in the sector, and they're deploying funds to companies that they can really make the difference, even with this limited amount of money, because your amount is 25,000 euros. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask through chat. One question we did have already for you, Mr. Stamkos, is that how much is your plan dedicated into fund the business in Greece first and then exploit scalable opportunities around Balkans?
Well, so far our focus is to deploy the company in Greece. But the idea is, as soon as we will deploy the artificial intelligence instrument that will be ready to do this job with the new technology that's around, the plan is to go abroad and to use the legislation that is in each country. And with the ticket that we have, since we are licensed in Greece, it will be easy to adapt and be legal and operate in other EU countries. So we have it in our mind, but after 2025.
Okay. Other question is that, are you considering including any other financial tools within your offer, or you restrain yourself only to microfinancing loans?
So far, the legislation allows to give loan, leasing, guarantees. So these are the 3 instruments that we can dedicate. If we find a path to do other things in the future, we will do. For example, we are now getting involved in an EU project that is about to launch a European platform that will issue bonds under blockchain. That is something that will be deployed in 2025 and afterwards. In this initiative, we are involved to communicate and facilitate development, because we cannot lend on our own. So that's also an instrument that we want to do. The idea is to do also some financial instruments linked with equity and loans is also in our mind, but according to what EU proposes in this type of solution. So we are open in many things to deploy in the near future. We have some things in our mind, but I'm not in a state to tell exactly now. But we are focusing changes.
Question from one of our attendees: could you elaborate on the AI algorithm? Is this proprietary technology, or you just bought something already existing? You did not develop it by yourself.
We will develop it in collaboration with Democritus University of Thrace. The idea is to develop something that on our own, since in microfinance we need 2 things: to evaluate if the client has the ability to repay a loan, if he wants to repay. So the AI algorithm, we will use it for psychometric measurement of the client's willingness and thinking of proceeding on the loan. Plus, we also add the financial data that we have already, we collect already from various open sources, and with them we'll develop the algorithm that provides the biggest part of the scoring of the client. But don't forget, we will not do totally digital process. The AI assist the man at the end of the day, or woman, a person, let's say, approves the loan. We provide loans to people, not to machines. But even though we are evaluated with machine learning and machine instruments, at the end of the day, a credit officer contacts with the client, communicates with the client, that we will continue to have it even after the AI, in order to be certain that he understands that he will take a loan, we will understand his job, and we will proceed together.
Okay, very quick question, and the last one, please, for a quick answer. What kind of mentors are you using if you're using mentorship? Because mentorship is an intrinsic part of your business.
We have developed a scholarship that we will develop our own mentors. We have at least 4 now in our ecosystem. So we have developed training tools to train the mentors, and those mentors provide the training to our clients. Because we have seen from our experience that mentoring doesn't solve everything, and others in the past use mentoring for other activities to promote other initiatives, which is not something that we not do. And we know that mentoring is up to a level to support somebody else. Because if we do the business plan of the client, and the other day the client doesn't repay, we are responsible for all that, and we don't want to do it. So we want to be clear up to a specific level, nothing more, nothing less.
Great. Okay, I see we have no other questions, if I'm right. Thank you very much, Mr. Stamkos. And we will proceed to the next company, Ticket Seller.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. So we'll proceed with another company, Ticket Seller, and Mr. Yannis Milatos. Mr. Milatos.
Hello, everyone. Give me 1 minute. Now you can see me. No, fine. Let me share my screen. Okay, you see my presentation now?
Yes, but not on a full screen mode. So yes, now we see it.
Right now, I think it's better. So can we start?
Yes, please.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Yannis Milatos, co-founder of Ticket Seller. And let's start with what it is exactly is the Ticket Seller. Ticket Seller is one online travel agent. And the big difference about this company is the people. People who became independent travel agent. And now what is exactly the independent travel agent? Independent travel agent maybe is anyone who loves to schedule a trip and make money make money. So we have created one community. We have a lot of different of independent travel agents. Right now we have around 80 independent travel agents around the sector. And let me start with one little story how all this began. When the 2010, I'm living in the UK, and every time I'm going to coffee and have a local chat, everyone is asking me, where are you from? And the answer, of course, is from Greece. And the next logical question is from the local is, oh, I love to go to Greece. Can you help me to go to Greece? But I don't have the tools to help them and make some money. So we create the independent travel agent. About the market, as all you know, is a global market about billions. And we start via pandemic and create the independent travel agent. Of course, a very big risk if you don't have the access to the tools or the guides to success in this sector. So we create a platform, one big platform who have a hotel, transfer, activities, provide training, and make it profitable. So how the ticket sellers make money? First of all, we have commission, and it's commission based and with a fee. We have 3 different major packages. The first package is the starter, where anyone who can start the trip to the ticket seller starts with starter. We have training, we have the platform, we have everything. The corporate package is about someone who have a travel blog site and want to install one online booking engine. And of course, we have the third package who create the website to have attraction, to have people to follow and seek. So the procedure is very easy. Just choose one package, sign the contract, and start the VIP lesson. The VIP training is something very important for us because we take everyone different and analyze what's the weak points and the strength. As you can see here, the platform is already working around 4 years now. We have competition in the UK and the Australia, and in Greece we have the traditional travel agency. As you can see here in the 23, we have the breaking even. The ticket seller is me, Yannis Milatos, and Elena Yoti. Just 2 persons from a year of experience in the travel industry. And because we have plenty of experience in industry, we have all this big partnership. Right now, we will looking for investing to create a new site to increase the money we spend in marketing, because all these years we spent almost zero money in marketing, and we have a big impact. So I want to thank you so much about your time, and if you have any question, I'm here to answer everything.
Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them on the chat. There is one question that came to us from our international colleagues, and they say since there is a huge space for a tourist or a travel agency to develop in Greece, what is your unique opportunity and how you will protect this uniqueness if you have? So, for example, what is your USP within this huge competitive sector, and how can you protect it in order to maintain the loyalty of the services or around the services you do offer?
Yeah, about this, we have a trademark about the ticket seller. So we have the ownership of this trademark. We are the hosting, so we make the payment, we make it everything. We check everything it must be to be with the right thing. So if one client have a problem or anything, we are behind and save all the day.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Milatos, you can stop sharing your screen now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Don't see any other questions. Thank you very much, Mr. Milatos. We can proceed with the next company. Thank you very much for ticket seller. Hope you all the success we wish you. And please, next company can enter Mr. Elvox and Mr. Lianos, Evangelos. Mr. Lianos, the floor is yours.
Mr.
Okay. Now you can see and you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, see you.
Allow me then to share my screen. Good evening to everyone, first of all. 1 second, please. Can you confirm you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Yep.
Okay, shall we start?
Yes, please.
Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon. My name is Evangelos Lianos. I'm the co-founder and head of business development and engineering of the company Elvox. We are developing, manufacturing, and selling purpose-built electric small light commercial vehicles for transportation and mobility in inner cities and in urban areas. There is a problem. I cannot change the screen. Do you see my screen? Yeah.
Yeah, now we see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Apologies, there was a small delay. So Last mile transportation, as you understand, is a very expensive game. So, and it's also very time consuming. Only to understand, 55% of all transportation costs for goods are within the last mile delivery, which means within the last 10 to 15 miles from the depot to your home. Besides that, there are environmental restrictions which are coming in the European Union and globally, which are not allowing combustion engine vehicles to come into the center of cities and the so-called low emission zones. So last mile urban transportation will have the largest growth in the transportation segment below 150 kilometers per day. So it needs cost optimization, it needs affordable, flexible, safe transportation vehicles, and it needs sustainable, purpose-built vehicles, not the classic vehicles which are built on passenger cars. And you see this, that companies like SEMA, CGM, which is one of the largest transport giants, he invested lately 120 million to get 10% shares in a company which was developed or will be developed by Renault and Volvo to produce light commercial vehicles. Now, we made our survey and we developed a car which is an optimal solution between a small vehicle with a large cargo volume vehicle. So we have around 50% more cargo space due to the way we designed it and engineered it, and we have 70% better cost of ownership, TCO, than other comparable vehicles in the segment. So with our vehicle on the base version, you can drive 160 kilometers, you have 4 cubic meters of cargo space, and you can load it around 500 kilograms. To picture it a little bit, so on the left side, you see the dimensions of our vehicle versus a sedan. And in the middle and on the right, you see our vehicle compared to a BYD T3 electric van. So, and on the lower right side, you see that we are fitting more boxes than you can fit in a T3. So we are providing a smaller car with more cargo, less car with more cargo, which can save you 80% of your operating costs and costs you 25 to 45% lower than comparable electric vehicles. Now, our vehicle is scalable, so in different versions, cargo, cabin chassis, RV, high roof, and so on. Our technology is very sophisticated. We're using, as an example, in-wheel hub motors, which means that the motors are inside the wheel and not on the axis. We are using lighter composite materials to optimize the curb load ratio, and the vehicle, of course, is fully digitalized and with APIs to different components and systems. Our sweet spot is the low-speed small commercial vehicle segment, as I said before, in the range of 20 to 45K, which we want to bring down to our cost, which will be, you will see in a while, which is 22 to 23,000. Now, the market is around 2.2 million vehicles per year with a CAGR of 5%. We do not think that we can cover all the 2.2 million because our target segment is around 40% of that market. And by saying that, it means that over time, until 2035, we are considering to get on a market share of around 5%. So be able to produce in the beginning 50 and then 100 vehicles per day, which brings us on 2035 a revenue target of 650 million net present value with an EBITDA target of 35%. Now, how our clients, as I said before, are couriers, airport companies, supermarkets, car rental companies, and so on. We have also a very strict market entry timeline, starting from our pilot markets, Greece and Germany, and then over time go to also to other markets, depends on demand and proximity. Our business model is B2C via web, it's B2B for corporate fleets, and then it's business B2DC, business to distributor, dealer to clients. Of course, then also providing additional services with partners or even directly from battery recycling to vehicle as a service and so on and so forth. Now, our competitors are mainly the OEMs, but their vehicles are not very useful for urban mobility because they are based on passenger platforms. The Chinese, they have a problem because of CBAM. Their products are very expensive to be imported into Europe, and existing vehicles some of them are not even street legal because of the way they are built. We have a very experienced team, which is from Apologies for that. We have a very experienced team, which is coming from Arrival and from Mercedes, Yamaha, and some other companies. And we have also a very strong advisory team, which is coming from Teva, Daimler, PwC, including our core designer, Mr. Kevin Rice, who is a former Chief Creative Officer of Pininfarina. Now, we have a very strict also time plan, what we would like to do in the next 3 to 4 years, whereas we will start the marketing activities very soon, or we already started our marketing activities, pre-marketing activities, and then we go to pre-sales and we go to the first vehicle to customers somewhere by Q3 next year. So additional services will be provided over time. The market is demanding on that, from route optimizations to maintenance and so on and so forth, and of course APIs. So our ask is we already is 2.5 million for this round. We have already raised around 600K for phase 0 and phase 1. In this phase, we raised already 300K. We have 300K committed. So if you want to say it this way, we're looking for 1.8, 1.9 million on a valuation of 9 million. And we have also a clear path where the exit points for future investors could be. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Very clear. Very promising. And feel free to ask any question, because we do have already received an area question from our colleagues from abroad. But please, okay, are you planning to develop also autonomous vehicles?
Yes, this is in our planning, in our milestone planning, which will be eventually in 4 to 5 years, because autonomous vehicles are facing at the moment some problems in respect of insurances and regulations. So insurances do not insure autonomous vehicles because we don't have yet regulations from the transportation ministries. So as long as this, as soon as this is solved, then we will go also deeper in autonomous vehicles. Our platform is ready for autonomous use cases, and we might even do some pilot project in restricted areas in the near future.
Okay. Concerning vehicles, now are you talking about also some larger vehicles, or it's going to be only small town?
At the moment, we are looking very much into L7 vehicles, which are for inner cities, so urban areas. But later on, we will expand. So this is the L7 ECU category, but later on, we will expand also to the M1N1 category in the European Union, which allows also vehicles up to 2.3, 2.5 tons, which are then for the so-called mid-mile, which is going up to 300, 400 kilometers per day. And this we will do it also in cooperation. We are already in cooperation with a truck producer, which will work with him together to develop that vehicle. Or actually, we started already.
So there is a question in terms of revenue stream. Are you selling the vehicle or a software as a service offer?
We are selling them. I mean, our commercial strategy is B2C, B2B, and then B2D2C, as I said before. However, what we are thinking of is vehicle as a service, and we are working together also with a company where we will not only provide, when we say vehicle as a service, it's not only about the vehicle, but it's also about the driver. I'll give you a very brief example. A courier, he has 2 problems in his life. Number 1, that he doesn't have a vehicle, and number 2, that he doesn't have a driver. So what we want to offer is a solution where, in cooperation with our partner, we will provide the vehicle and the driver as a service. So if whatever happens, he has always 100% of his fleet. When I say fleet, I mean cars and drivers available for his daily operations. So yes, we have plans to offer vehicle as a service or transportation as a service. Everybody's using another definition on that.
Very interesting. Hydrogen is something that you are going to be dealing with or not?
We do strongly believe that the batteries are the best solution for the 150 to 100 kilometers. Is battery a solution for larger, heavier trucks and for longer distance? Not yet, maybe in 7, 8, 10 years. So yeah, that's why on the mid-mile truck that we are developing, we are considering fuel cells or hydrogen cells. Yes, it's something for longer distance, but for inside the city, we are thinking only of batteries, but hydrogen is on our list. It has to be.
Mhm. Okay, really interesting. Right.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you. In case nobody else has any other question, we may move to the other company. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Right. Now we go to Billy's, Mr. Riniotis.
Hello.
Hello, Billy's. So I'm sure that plenty of people that do call you Billy instead of Panos, right?
Yeah, we get some confusion with that.
Okay, don't
But
worry. It sounds good.
the name actually comes from bills.
Exactly. Nobody loves bills.
Yeah, they don't love it, so we want to make it easier for them. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Now we see it.
Yeah. Now?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Alright.
Yes.
So I'm Panos, as we said, and I'm the CEO and founder of Billy's, and I'm going to explain to you how we make building management better and simpler. We have a motto in this company. We believe that actually short reckonings make long neighbors, and we're going to prove how we're going to do this. There's a big problem in condominiums and buildings that has multiple tenants. We have asked over 2,000 people, and all of the most of them, over 90%, are not happy with how their building is managed. Over 76% believe that technology can solve a lot of their problems, and over 68% are technology advanced. The problem they mostly encounter is that the management of their building is non-transparent, the services that they get are plain bad, and they overpay for these services. So we created Billy's, which is a vertical SaaS platform and marketplace for multi-tenant property management. And we make managing buildings, sharing bills, and settling payments a breeze. We have 3 pillars in the way we develop our product. That's the ease of use, transparency, and constant improvement and innovation. What we actually offer is we offer banking and debit card for each building. We offer online tenant payments for the shared bills. We offer the calculation and distribution of the bills, online voting for all the decisions that the building has to make, legal support, and the whole array of services for their building and apartments. We are also working on adding a few more interesting features like buy now, pay later, so they can finance larger projects. You can imagine solar panels, large installations in their building and upgrades, smart building integrations with IoT devices like smart meters, safety equipment, also maintenance and work tracking and scheduling, and also enhance the community aspect of the building like chatting, ticketing, and equipment sharing, and even more. So all in all, Billy's is an all-in-one platform that covers the governance, the vendor management, banking and payments, accounting, communications, and work scheduling. The market is massive. In Europe alone, there are over 12 million buildings that spend over 100 billion every year in their management and maintenance. We have started from Greece and Cyprus, and we're going to move to other countries like Germany and Italy and Poland and Spain in the next 2 to 3 years. So how we actually make money from that is pretty straightforward. We charge a monthly subscription from 10 to 90 euros, now including Cyprus. And then we take a cut from each service from 10 to 20% for the building services and 20 to 40% for the apartment services. To give you an example of the service that we offer in the marketplace, you can imagine insurance, energy providers, cleaning, pest control, fire protection, elevator maintenance, etc. But what we really want to expand and focus on is the feature, like the products that upgrade the building and make it more efficient, like facade insulation, smart meters, EV charger installations, green project financing, and heating efficiency upgrades. We have over 940 buildings in our platform currently. That translates to roughly 10,300 apartments. We add over 130 buildings every month. They self-register to the platform. We have lost 0 customers in the past 1.5 years. We have processed over 1.5 million currently of shared bills. Our user love our product, over 71% rate us with 9s and 10s, and we grew 100% in Q1. We have some competition in other countries. Matera is a company that has raised over 65 million in France. Absiyon is a successful case in Turkey that raised 10 million. We are differentiating in terms of geography, of course, and then we want to focus mostly on adding features that has to do with the energy efficiency of the buildings, and we are working with large energy providers to integrate with our systems, but also act as a channel for them and also sell some of their services too. Our team is very experienced. We are 12 people currently. All come from startups or the real estate industry, or have a massive experience in their field. We hope that we can grow the team with our current seed round. Our previous investors from our pre-seed round is Lambda Development, the developer of the largest smart city in Europe right now. Genesis Ventures and 9 more angels that joined our previous round. So we are raising 1.2 million seed round in order to keep expanding in Greece and Cyprus, and also prepare our launch to our 3rd country. We have also secured 790,000 in European grants, and our plan for this round is to reach more than 3,000 buildings, exceed 1 million in our annual recurring revenue, scale the team, launch our B2B platform, which is going to be an iteration of our current platform, prepare our launch to the 3rd market. The good with this business is that it has very high NPS and lifetime value, 0 churn currently. It's a scalable business. It's a blue ocean for expansion. There are not many competitors in the space, and it's a validated business model abroad, and it has great unit economics. Thank you very much. I hope you like this presentation. I will be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Great potential for the unpleasant need of the bill handling always, but you are just moving away from this, and you're offering plenty of services. Yes, indeed, you need a one-stop shop to find them. And what concerns property management. Right. There was a question on how scalable you can be within Europe, and which will be the first country you tackle when you move out of Greece, if you're not already there. And then what will be your next move, and what other kind of competition you do face? What is your unique competitive advantage among those?
Yeah. So we have already moved outside of Greece. We have added Cyprus to our list in like last 2 months. Although you might find that it's very similar countries, it's a totally different country. They have their own rules, their own laws. So our plan is to expand country by country. We cannot, unfortunately, currently, and also with our resources, do multiple countries at once. We have already secured an LOI from a company in Germany, in Berlin. And these guys, they offer to purchase our services for their buildings. They have hundreds of buildings, and they also want to distribute our product in Germany. So we go country by country. We have our next target already set, and what needs to be done for this is that we need to identify the countries that actually work for our model. For example, the UK doesn't really work for this model, although the mainland Europe, most of the countries have similar issues, and then it's a decision on whether we go with a B2B approach or a B2C approach. That's why we want to develop also the B2B platform. We already have a very advanced B2C tool. The B2B platform is going to be based on the B2C tool, but it's going to have some different actions you can do, and we're going to market it with sales mostly in the B2B countries, and with the same approach in marketing, digital, and partnerships. We have a very strong partnership aspect. We work a lot with energy companies, we work a lot with insurance companies and telecom companies. We all have the same target clients, and we can all act as channels for each other. So we have big partnerships already set, like motor oil, with Blue Ground, with Ergo Insurance, and we are also building on building much larger partnerships in the next 3 months. So yeah, partnerships and digital marketing for B2C, sales for B2B, and then go country by country, focusing on countries with large value for us. You can imagine in Germany, the prices are 10x what we can sell in Greece and Cyprus, so it has massive potential for revenue. So we're choosing wisely, and we are moving forward by country by country.
Right. Thank you very much. Right, in case we have no questions. Panos, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Your presentation was great. It will be with us, and your model is at least facilitating the ones who need it. Presumably, you offer the very trivial bill calculation for free, isn't it?
Yeah, we offer that for
So,
free.
right. Okay. Thank you very much indeed. Okay. And now we may continue to our other company with Vasilis Dimakopoulos and the company IMED.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Let's put it full screen. Okay.
Mhm.
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Okay, great. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vasilis Dimakopoulos, and I'm co-founder of STC's Medical. Today, I will present you our product called VioSync, which aims at revolutionizing acute and critical care with the help of explainable AI. Did you know that sepsis kills a person every 2.8 seconds? Well, globally, sepsis affects 50 million people every year, and it impacts 11 million of them with the fatal outcome, with the associated cost burden amounting to $62 billion. The current clinical standards rely on reactive care. Therefore, with millions of lives at risk, our aim is to change the narrative from reactive to proactive. To mitigate this problem, we present VioSync, an artificial intelligent clinical decision support system that predicts the onset of sepsis and multi-organ dysfunction up to 48 hours ahead. We use multimodal data from any different and available source. This means vital signs, electronic health record data, as well as clinicians' notes. And we fuse this data to synthesize a digital patient twin. This allows us for personalized prediction of the onset of sepsis and multi-organ failure up to 48 hours ahead. In this way, VioSync allows the reduction of hospital costs by 30%. First, it can reduce mortality by 30% thanks to its proactive nature. Then, some other benefits that VioSync offers is the reduction of readmission rates and the shortening of length of hospital stay because it outperforms current clinical rule-based tools. In this way, we can improve the patient outcome and slash hospital costs by up to 10.5 million US dollars per year. However, we operate in a competitive landscape. As you can see here, there are other companies that aim at tackling the exact same problem. However, their solutions are either offered in a specific care unit or tailored to a specific endpoint. Unlike the competition, our software, our product outperforms this tool first in terms of performance because we achieve up to 97% sensitivity when predicting sepsis onset up to 48 hours ahead. We also differentiate from the black box concept thanks to explainable features that we offer in our software. We target the expanding healthcare predictive analytics market that is valued at 24 billion and is expected to grow more than 70 billions by 2030. And we aim to enter first in the US, aiming for around 39,000 hospital beds within 5 years upon launch. We target our direct customers are hospitals, but also medical device vendors and insurance companies. And we use a subscription-based model with a per-bed pricing policy. We have already initiated discussions for licensing with medtech giants like Massimo and Baxter. So far, we have achieved significant and great milestones thanks to non-dilutive funding that allowed us to perform the 13-human clinical pilot, where we validated the performance of our AI model in a European hospital. The driver is the team, of course. Our team is a multidisciplinary team comprised of excellent biomedical engineers, as accompanied by a clinical team. We have AI expertise and clinical knowledge, and we are also supported by an executive advisory board. On our way to the market, we have currently designed and developed the strategy for a multi-center pivotal clinical trial to validate the clinical efficiency of our product with 3 European hospitals and 3 UK hospitals in order to get the FDA 510K approval. We thus ask for $2 million seed investment to validate our product in a multi-center clinical trial, receive FDA clearance, and launch in 2 US hospitals. With that, I thank you for your attention and ask you to join us in shaping the future of acute care. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thank you. I mean, the basic question we had from our friends from the international attendees is how come you dealt with the factor of sepsis? It's something that it was within your sphere of research, or it was something like an unlucky accident happened to somebody and you came close to this need?
Well, we were researching in terms of complications that exist within the hospital, and sepsis, of course, is the #1 and the #1 leading cause of mortality. We had some experience within the team. Of course, our CEO had a very close chance of getting sepsis. Luckily, he didn't get it, but we are here to tackle this kind of complication and help people to prevent them from getting in a more proactive way than the current clinical practice.
And your main target is to expand in the US market?
Yes.
And
First, we are launching in the US, and at the same time, we are also applying for the UKCA approval. So we are also trying to launch to UK. And of course, the last one is Europe. There we have the huge backlog of evaluations of CE applications, technical files. And strategically, we chose US and UK first.
So does it cost less to be FDA cleared or approved? Or you're not chasing FDA? Instead of following up the CE registration costs, the FDA clearance or approval, is it something cost less for you? So, or you're not seeking FDA validation at all?
We are seeking FDA, of course. It's
right.
We are planning to do that, but we have designed our clinical trial in the European space, and that's something we will ask FDA soon with a QSub pre-submission whether they accept European evidence from clinical trials, and that will save us, of course, some money rather than doing the clinical trial in the US. but we know that they can accept it if the population of the patients participating in the trial corresponds to the US population.
Okay. Okay. So you planning to establish a US entity?
For now, no, but once we are ready for FDA application, yes.
Mhm. Right. And with how many beds can you start making it with your timeline of success and have something like break even?
So this is on our third year of our after we launched to the US, and we have calculated that from around 10 hospitals, that means around 2,000 beds, I would say, roughly.
Okay. Clear. Right. Yeah, I mean, if we have no other questions, or anyone who may pose a question, please feel free to chat it. Okay. Until we'll be in touch. It was a great presentation.
Great.
Thank you very much. And the
Thank you
opportunity
so much.
is there.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and we proceed with a company with Mr. Guzionis, Ioannis, and it is STC's Med. So, Mr. Guzionis.
Sorry, there
No,
must be some
no
misconception here.
Guzionis.
STCC is the company
Sorry,
that I just presented.
Sorry, my mistake.
We're
Yes,
going
it
to
has-
Mr.
sorry,
Ligeris
Mr.
and
Ligeris.
Mrs.
Yes.
Panagiotidu. Mrs. Panagiotidu, can you hear us?
Hello, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Okay. I will share my presentation. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect.
Not
Okay,
in a full presentation mode, but if you can make it, that would be great.
I just did it in full presentation mode.
Oh, we have a delay though, but go ahead, please. So we see.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of the participants and evaluators. My name is Elisa Panagiotidu. I am an industrial ecologist, business development partner of EcoWave Dynamics, and project manager of Aurora Technology, about which you will learn right away. EcoWave Dynamics, a member of Ocean Energy Europe, is a deep tech startup founded in 2020 on the Greek island of Ikaria, with a mission to design and develop renewable energy technologies and systems that enable energy independence and accelerate decarbonization. Why? Because we are facing a big challenge. Our societies are still dependent on unsustainable fossil-based.
Ms. Panagiotidu, sorry to interrupt you. We cannot see your slides. The slides of the presentation.
They're not moving.
They're not moving.
Yeah. You can share it again?
Sure. Could it be because it's a PDF? Maybe I can just use the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
You can use whatever you want.
Okay. Just give me a few seconds, please.
Yeah, of course.
No problem.
Don't worry.
How about now? Are they moving?
We don't see it on screen yet. Perhaps
haven't
you
shared
should
your screen
try.
yet.
Yeah, you haven't shared your screen.
Just a minute.
George, do you think we should be ready to try to launch it by ourselves and put it on the sharing from our side?
Now we can see your screen.
Now can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, but not the presentation yet.
Is it in full mode?
No, we
see the
can only
presentation.
see your teams actually.
I have shared it, but really I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, we can see that you have shared your screen, but we cannot see the presentation. We can only see your teams.
What do you see right now?
Your teams.
Now?
Oh.
My teams?
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry, I'll share it. Don't worry, I have it, I'll share it. Let me put it on. Is this your deck? Can you see it?
We can all
Yes,
see it.
can see it. Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell me when to move, okay? Feel free.
Sure, I will just use my hand. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's start from the beginning, right? First slide. Yes. Good afternoon again. My name is Elisa Panagiotidu. I am an industrial ecologist and business development partner of EcoWave Dynamics and project owner of Aurora technology, about which you will learn right away. EcoWave Dynamics is a member of Ocean Energy Europe, and it's a Greek startup founded in 2020 in the island of Ikaria, the island with the highest wave and wind. I'm sorry, you are using a wrong presentation. It's the old one. I sent another one yesterday.
Okay. Don't worry. That's why
Mr.
we're here
Papagoriou,
for.
I have shared it with you. You can check your
Okay.
email.
Okay, George, can you? Should I share it?
Yeah.
Hang
It's
on a
the
second, please. Right. We have it. Okay, now I share it. So that would be great. Yes, this is it. Okay.
Let's see. Yes, thank you.
All right, please go ahead.
So, our company, EcoWave Dynamics, is a member of Ocean Energy Europe. It's a deep tech startup founded in 2020 on the Greek island of Ikaria, with a mission to design and develop renewable energy technologies and systems that enable energy independence and accelerate decarbonization. What is the challenge? The challenge is that currently our societies are still dependent on unsustainable fossil-based energy technologies and intermittent renewable energy sources due to the limited period that electricity can be generated. This leads to low environmental sustainability, to high costs and risks, and makes difficult the compliance with the new regulations and the organizational ESG profile. So what's our solution? EcoWave Dynamics suggests small, cost-effective, smart, and most importantly, hybrid energy technologies. Today, we will talk about Aurora. Aurora is a portable and fully autonomous vertical axis wind turbine with integrated flexible solar panels in its expandable blades. Aurora can harness both wind and solar energy, and this way maximize the clean energy output. It can store it and provide energy autonomy. Here you can see the first shipboard test on a vessel in the previous photo. Here. Yes, next slide, please. Our unique selling proposition. Aurora can meet energy and lighting needs and reduce electricity bills and CO2 emissions. Its versatility makes it suitable for a wide range of applications. But our targeted customer segments are, first of all, households, because we want to enable global access to electricity in urban and rural areas, companies, municipalities, buildings, ships, yachts, fishing boats, lighthouses, and the camping sector. Our competition. We haven't found an identical or similar product to Aurora, but here you can see a few indirect competitors. Magnus and Eco Marine Power are companies that offer marine power conversion systems, hybrid generators, energy storage systems, and sustainable energy solutions for the shipping industry. And of course, the three big giants, ABB, Siemens Gamesa, and Vestas. Next slide, please. Our team consists of the founder, Dimitrios, who is the CEO, CTO, and Master Mariner A-class pilot. Three co-founders, Joan, who is the CFO, Leonidas, who is a graphic design expert, Ralph, who is data scientist and AI expert, Dorothea, who is the newly appointed CEO to succeed Dimitrios in his role of CEO, and myself. Next slide, please. Thank you. Our business model's direction is towards circular energy supply and product life extension. We want to produce a product that takes into consideration circularity principles, so it's upgradable, easy to maintain, repairable, and consists of sustainable materials, such as the green cast, which is a material that we have already started cooperation with its provider. Our business model is customer-centric. It aims at long-term business relationships. Aurora can be provided both as a product and as a service through straight sales and leasing models, both B2B and B2C. Here you can see our milestones. The initial idea started back in 2008, but only in 2022 we had the experimental proof of concept and the design of the Aurora prototype. Currently, we are at a phase that we have started collaboration with academia. Aurora is patent pending, and by the end of 2024, we want to have the actual system proven in operational environment on a ship. EcoWave Dynamics funding requirements are 330,000 euros to maximize Aurora's potential and promote its widespread deployment. This breaks down in 120,000 for R&D, pilot projects testing data collection, 80,000 for engineering, 80,000 for work, so recruitment, but also service agreements and outsourcing, and 50,000 for marketing and exhibitions. Our go-to-market strategy has 4 components. Our target markets are households who are going to receive benefits up to 45% with the installation of Aurora, hotels up to 20%, ships up to 5%, lighthouses up to 100%. For the initial market penetration, we already have a letter of intent from the municipality of Ikaria, from a hotel in Ikaria, and from a shipping company. Our partners are marine engineering companies, digital innovation hubs, and universities. And our launching team consists of business developers, product developers, and technical service providers, and other manufacturers. Here you can see the 2 letters of intent from the municipality of Ikaria and from the hotel of Ikaria. And with this, I think that you can join us in creating a cleaner and more reliable energy future. Just for the history, I want to say that Aurora, according to the Greco-Roman mythology, is the personification of the dawn. And for us in EcoWave Dynamics, it represents the new dawn in energy transition. Thank you for your attention.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice project. What will be the price, the retail price of it?
So Aurora will probably come in three sizes: small, medium, large. We want to carry out a techno-economic assessment. For that, we need the help of scientists in the scientific part. But roughly, we have estimated that the starting price of Aurora can be around $2,500.
And including the setting up cost. I mean, is it easy to install it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so your model is that you send somebody and installs it, or is it easily installed by the buyer?
So it depends on the application. For example, for the households, it could be easily installed. For a ship, it could be with the help of one of our team members. For the lighthouses, of course, it will need the help of a technician. So it depends upon the application and, of course, upon its size. So the scale, small, medium, or large.
Okay, we have two questions. One question is, why are you changing CEO? Second question, what is the power for small, medium, large sizes?
So we are changing CEO because the current CEO is also a captain, as you have seen. And this means that 6 months he's away, he's traveling. So we want to be better organized. And for this reason, we have already appointed the new CEO. And the next question was something about power. What was it again?
What is the power for small, medium, large sizes you offer?
So this will be again determined after the techno-economic assessment that we will get from the scientists and academia. But roughly, we can say that it can start, for example, with 200 watts for the small, around 600 watts for the medium, and maybe higher for the large one. But again, this needs to be clarified.
And for your patent filing, you said it's patent pending. Is it a worldwide patent, a PCT patent? Which countries you tackle?
You start with Greece, your country. So we started with Greece. We have about 7-8 months yet covered in Greece and worldwide. But by the end of this period, we need to invest more in securing the patent worldwide. So currently, by doing it in Greece, they give you 12 months coverage in the world.
So you're selecting only Greece, or you're selecting the newly established patent facility that gives you the right to file a multi-patent to multi-country patents in Europe?
We will go for more countries, of course. We only started now with Greece.
Okay. Right. And are you planning to produce it by yourself or assemble it? Are you producing it or assembling it? Or both?
We are going to cooperate with the manufacturers, and we want to find different manufacturers for different parts of the device, because we don't want it to be easily replicable. So we are not going to do the production ourselves, but in the end, we will do the assembly.
Okay, now you have on the testing of the validation stage of your business, correct?
Almost, yes.
Okay, so the prototype is somewhere that you have it already under exposure, or is it within your premises only? I mean, have you shared it with an institution or with a research team or with a research agency?
Sure. So yes, our device is portable. So this means that you can easily carry it, for example, in a suitcase. So we can bring it everywhere. We brought it last month in April in an exhibition in automation and robotics. And we want to bring it in our office because we have a few prototypes. It's not only one. We have a smaller scale and a bigger scale. So we have one in our lab in Ikaria, but we are going to install now a new one in our office here in Athens.
And there's a question, assuming everything else is constant, what is the efficiency or yield of the Aurora compared to solution like wind power?
Okay, so Aurora, as we have seen in one of the slides, can bring benefits of different percentages in different applications. For example, for a ship, it's about 5%, which means that if a ship, for example, needs 30 tons of fuels, 5% means that they can save about 4.8 tons of CO2 emissions per day. And this, in economic sense, means about $900 per day, plus the polluter pays principal, which is around $384. In total, $1,284 per day, the savings. Because we said that Aurora will come in different sizes and it has different applications, there is no one answer. So it depends on with what you compare it and for which application. We can give you a detailed analysis for all applications of Aurora and for all of its sizes once we have finished the techno-economic assessment.
Right.
Just one thing to say that the vertical axis hybrid, wind turbine, because you said something about the connection with the wind turbine, has other advantages than horizontal axis wind turbine, which is the norm and is more found in industrial scale. The vertical axis is more for small scales, for buildings, for boats and so on, like we want to do. Which means that it's more relevant for our purpose, and it has it also has it provides supplemented power, and it's omnidirectional, which means that it can generate power no matter which way the wind is blowing.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you very
presentation.
much.
Thank you. I see we have no questions from our audience, so yeah. So we have to say a big thank you to all attendees and teachers. So feel free to be together with us in another session. Thank you very much for your time and effort.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye bye for now.
Have a good evening. Bye.
You too.